You guys seem to like tractor stuff, so let's talk about my tractor. It's a 2001 John Deere 4200 with the 420 loader. Good shot. This thing is 22 years old. And I'll be honest with you, it kind of looks like it. You can tell all the paint's fading. This has been touched up a time or two. These are the original rear tires. Got a big cut right there, but they still hold air really well. The front tires have been replaced multiple times from getting popped and beat up, doing a lot of hunting and food plot related work. This tractor has about 1,100 hours on it. Let's confirm here. 1,097.8. So we've only got 1,000 hours, 1,100 hours on a 22-year-old tractor. So that's not a lot if you know a lot about tractors. In the commercial world, this thing would have 4,000 or 5,000 hours on it. These three-cylinder, I think it's a 1.2-liter Yanmar diesel motor. Those little Yanmars are very, very powerful, reliable motors. So the answer is yes, they would absolutely go to 4,000 or 5,000 hours if you maintained them well. So this tractor has had seals and hoses replaced when needed. The fluids have been done, a handful of times, but it's not seen the maintenance interval it needed. I did another video where I placed that engine coolant reservoir. Check that out if it interests you. Super dusty, cleaned the air filter plenty of times, but for the most part, I have not cared for this tractor as it should have been, and it still runs like a top, even with that little bit of neglecting. All these joints could use some more grease in them. I've got seals leaking. See how wet that is there? Very wet up here in the front of the loader, not uncommon. I put a lot of weight in this loader. I got some seals leaking. So what we're gonna be doing in this video is giving it a deep clean, degreasing it, trying to get all the hydraulic fluid and oil and grease off of all these joints, power washing it head to toe, cleaning out all this junk, and just giving it a much, much overdue makeover. I've got a friend coming down who works on these things, but he's gonna go through it, change all the fluids out with me. We're gonna change the oil on it, change the fuel filter, and we're gonna take a look at all the different seals and see which ones need to be replaced, as well as the hydraulic hoses. You can see how rusted that up there. So this tractor is about to get some much needed love. So in 22 years, what has been replaced? The seat. I've replaced the seat. I know it looks dingy now, but it's going to clean up really well. I've replaced that 2 years ago. John Deere, unlike the Coyotes and Kubotas, has a lot of plastic on it. This hood has been replaced. That's just sitting on there. I need to replace that. The hood has been replaced. The side panels have been replaced. The console panels here have been replaced. The rear fenders, thankfully, have not needed to be replaced, but all the plastic pretty much in the entire front end has had to be replaced because of cracking and breaking and aging. Some of the seals have been replaced, Dad said. I have not done that. The loader has certainly taken a beating, but it's in pretty good condition. I've rattle can painted it a couple times, but it definitely has its 22 years of battle scars on here, but that is the original loader. It has lasted well for us. Engine reservoir, plastic, the seat have all been replaced. A couple seals in the loader. Everything else is original after 22 years and 1,100 hours. I consider that pretty good because this thing has been down many a logging trail, beaten up. And I was looking for that right there. This was bought new. I think with the loader, Dad said he paid about $17,000 for this. It's got the hydrostatic, which is really nice. That cost a little bit more. So you got your go pedal, your back pedal. It's got ABC. I think it's got 3 different ranges on it. It's got the built-in, which I really like. A lot of these new tractors, the loader control is up here, and it's just kind of goofy. I really don't like that. I really like when they build these in right here. It's much more ergonomic. Lay your hand down here and control it. The new ones, to get that, of course, is more expensive. If you're looking for a more budgetable option like the 3025E, which would be pretty comparable to this guy now, your loader controls are going to be up here controlling it right here, which I don't care for that personally. Just drop the bush hog. That's mostly what I use out here. I've got an 800-foot driveway. I do a lot of box blading, but also maintain this whole 4-acre perimeter, food plots, as well as the easement. So I do a lot of bush hogging. That's the main thing I use. Second to that, I'll throw the box blade on or a disc and do some things, or I'll do some spraying. But the bush hog is my primary go-to for what I use this thing for. And you can tell in the back, it's not terribly rusted out for 22 years. I know a lot of people that have much worse condition tractors because they don't rinse and spray off all the fertilizer after they use it. But a couple of these points right here, you got some rust going on. My PTO shaft's good. I actually keep that covered up in the wintertime when I'm not using it. So it's in pretty good shape. The safeties are bypassed on this thing. I actually like that. You can see that guy right there. That way I can hop off this thing, mess with something really quick. I'm all the time standing up on the side of it to push the go pedal just to move it just a little bit to hook up this equipment. It's so nice not to have to get on the tractor, move it an inch, and then get back off of it. I can just stand on the edge, hit the pedal. The safety's bypassed. Spare me the lecture, I know. So come along with me if tractors interest you. I think you're gonna see a lot of TLC given to this 22-year-old tractor that still runs like a top, and I need it to last for a few more years. First stop, we're gonna go degrease the whole thing at the power washing place. I've got a power washer, but I just wanna coat this whole thing in engine degreaser, tire cleaner, whatever they call it, and just let it soak for a little bit and then power wash everything. And then we'll be off to do some maintenance. Much better. All cleaned up. Let's go get some service done. Got our tractor in tow here. Got my little buddy today. We heavy hauling some tractors. Going to the farm. Yeah, he's excited. Beautiful morning. Gonna run out and drop this tractor off at the farm real quick. I already spoke to the mobile mechanic. He'll be down here in a little bit. A full service on all the hydraulic fluid, oil change, fuel filter, everything. Long overdue maintenance needed. Ah yes, tractor's back to where it came from. We used to do all of our dove farming with this tractor I've got here. Man, it worked hard for a couple of years. We realized we needed a bigger tractor for what we were trying to do, especially running that turn plow. So that's when Dad upgraded to the 40 horse from this 24 horsepower, and we are very glad we did. Seem to have arrived in one piece. I do need to get some binders, but man, they're expensive. I don't haul it often enough, so I just run 3 heavy-duty ratchets on it, secure the bucket. But we made it. Let's get it unloaded. And you can tell here it's much cleaner than yesterday. You can actually see the hydraulic fluid leaking right there. So long overdue for some maintenance. Bring back memories. No safety switches. The brakes don't work. Got a few leaks since it's been gone, but it's in one piece. It's in one piece. Does not have to be in neutral. There's a lot of green staged up here. We'll see you later. Don't break my tractor.
All right, bye-bye.
1 tractor, 2 tractor, 3 tractors, and the little gator. That thing has been pretty cool. It's not a full-size gator. It's like a glorified golf cart, but it does pretty good for Dad.
That's all right. Don't say no dirty words.
Man, look at all the doves. It's a pile of them, can't really tell. Coming in. Safe to say the doves like the winter wheat. What did we do before backup cameras? Man. Case in point why we need loader seals. This thing is soaking wet. So that seal has got to be replaced. It has dumped fluid all over the ground. All right. Went ahead and borrowed the cultipacker from Dad. That way I can go reset a clover plot. That'll be a separate video I'm working on. It's a great time to go ahead and grab that while I was here. But we got it all strapped down, but I wanted to quickly go over what we have done thus far. So we degreased, washed the whole thing, identified that all 4, both the front and rear seals, need to be replaced. So we've got that figured out. We had a full greasing of all the grease points. You can see all the extra grease sitting there hanging off all the little fittings there. Zerk fitting, I believe those are called. And we did an oil change, a fuel filter change, and then topped off the hydraulic fluid. We decided not to flush and change out all the hydraulic fluid until these seals get fixed, because you can see how wet this trailer is. I've got a lot of hydraulic fluid leaking out of here, and it made no sense to change that fluid while it's still leaking. Oil change, fuel filter change, greased everything up, got it cleaned up. Next video, we're actually going to dive into replacing these seals. He's ordered the seals for me, so that'll be the next thing we do. But hope you guys enjoy this little tractor video, getting this 20-plus-year-old tractor back up to speed on its overdue maintenance. Got a 6-foot cultipacker I picked up from the farm. I've got to go reset a clover plot, so I went ahead and grabbed that. That'll be another video to come. But until the next tractor video, thank you guys for watching. God bless. Take care.